Hi, air signs. This is Shannon Hensley with Apex Tarot, a pure spirit, and I hope that you're doing fantastic. Thanks for joining for your next 72-hour readings from today's date, October the 24th through the 27th. If you are a Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, then this is your general reading. Take what resonates and chunk out the rest. I'm just letting everybody know that I need a job. And so if you wouldn't mind hiring me to read for you, I would sure appreciate it. All of the information can be found below. Let's go ahead and get started on your reading. All right, y'all. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please, Spirit, for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for the next 72 hours. I've already pre-shuffled these, but I'll shuffle them a little bit more on camera for you all. I'm going to do the anchor template spread that I did in this morning's reading. I just did it for the other two element signs as well. So you might be able to get a little bit more out of your moon, rising, and Venus as well. The sun right now is in Scorpio, so we got things coming to the surface, which is beautiful. Things that have been, dead, now they're transforming. Hopefully, we'll be seeing a lot of that in the positive, right? Pluto energy is very, very karmic, and we just came out of the Libra energy, and I hope all you Librans had a fantastic season. That energy in itself is very, very karmic as well. So every day is karmic, y'all. It doesn't matter what day it is and what season we are in. Everything is karmic all day long, every day. Thank you, sweet divine, for the air signs. What do they need to know and understand? What do they need to bypass? What do they need to continue in? I just bind and block all negative forces right here, right now. And I command right now for truth to come to the surface for their highest good. And I thank you for it. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look here and see what's happening. So, I've been seeing messengers come out in the last, I've seen in the water and I've seen in the fire energy. This is earth coming out. You could be dealing with the earth sign or you have it in your chart, or nonetheless, is your overall energy for this reading is about messages or being grounded. This is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This is the Knight of Pentacles in the deck here, and this is about being reliable and serviceable and hardworking, and being assertive to things, and being a person of interest. Sending them messages in a very grounded type of a way. This is also about having careful efforts. This is not a this is a court card. You could be dealing with a person, but it's not a king or a queen. So you could be dealing with, people between the ages of 25, 35 and up, or just being, I guess it could be, somebody just humbling themselves and just being a messenger. It is an energy after all. At the same time, it is also representing a person. It is a court card itself, and it is a messenger of some kind here. So gaining some kind of strength and momentum and moving slow but surely and winning the race here. All right, so this anchor spread has a foundation card, a card for your love life, a card for your work or what you're working on. All right, could go for either or in that position. We have the central card that we will take and use for the whole spread here. We have the immediate future, your wishes, and your future beyond the next 72 hours here, okay? So let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look at the foundation is resting after a broken heart. And now the fire sign just got in their central position, the Three of Swords that comes right before this. Okay, air sign. So whatever this is your sign here coming up, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this is, resting after something very stressful has happened. This is the foundation of this reading. If you're resting after messages or something slow was taken forever to get here, or is going to be taken slow or whatever, something's very serviceable here in the foundation of being able to get grounded now within the mind and to contemplate something and retreat and send a message, or somebody's going to be doing that to you, or this is something you've already been continuing in. Obviously, if you had a broken heart, somebody's resting. Okay, getting grounded here in a very large way. Where work issues are concerned, or what you're working on, or in your love situation. You could be dealing, like I said, with earth energy itself, because your overall energy is earth. All right. Now, what's going on in your love is letting go of something, releasing, seeing something from a different point of view. Um, you've been in some kind of trials, obviously. This represents trials and gaining wisdom within it. We see that right here, gaining some kind of confidence and healing in some kind of situation, getting grounded here, and working on something to release something that has taken place here, and having the self-confidence to do it, right? Looking at it from a different angle and reflecting there and just releasing, gaining that knowledge that you need here in your love, and getting, maybe releasing the holding back of sending a message because something happened in the past that has been really, really heartbreaking, and now you're healing. What is in the central position is the world passing the test. I love it. And the world card is Saturn energy, in that it is your integrity. It rules over the 10th house of Capricorn. We do have that earth energy coming here. We also have Pisces showing up, and then you guys' energy showing up, like I said. This also rules over Aquarius, Scorpio, or co-rules with it. Aquarius, Scorpio, and the sun's there right now, and Taurus and Leo energy as well. And this is a success. If something happened on a trip, or, messages or something like that got somebody turned around to have to flip over and see something from a different point of view. Well, the right now position, your central position, is to pass some kind of test successfully and get victory within it. It's about your performance. It's about, all kinds of stuff with Saturn energy. This deals with, anything from banks and anything in this natural realm. It's very, very touchy feely. It's sensual, and you have to pass a test and be in integrity to do it. This is also about integrity with this Knight of Pentacles, because it's about being very, very serviceable. This is the prudent Knight of the deck, and it takes a lot of prudence to pass them tests like that. What are you working on, or what is your work? Now, we've got all three of these cards are high arcana coming out here. You're working on strength, personal power in something, gaining the courage, again, to let go, and to gain the courage to be able to focus on something with your willpower. Okay, achieving something here with success with your personal power in your work. All right, taking action, being brave at something. Right, beautiful energy coming out here, air signs. And you got the heavens backing you up with you, or your connection, or with your coworkers, or with your family, or whatever this means for you. I love that the world card is showing up here to be able to pass some tests and gaining the rewards that you deserve when you do stand in your integrity. That's what that's there for. Okay, what's happening in the immediate future is somebody's at a crossroads here. I guess sending messages, passing tests, releasing things, gaining the strength within, healing the mind. Somebody's been waiting on something here to pick from a tree that has pentacles on it. Goals to be achieved, right? Accomplishments will bring success when you are patient within it. This deals with money and businesses as well, and also deals with anxiety. It can represent anxiety, where pentacles are concerned. Maybe your health, making decisions, what is this going to pay off? Am I going to be able to harvest from this thing? Am I going to be able to, make the right decision at this crossroad and, be able to get some kind of success from it? So there's a decision with this card. This card represents being at a crossroads, and he's really looking at something here, really getting focused and being a seeker of truth of some kind, because 7 is a seeker of truth, and balancing something. It's wisdom, right? And we've got a card here also about wisdom and flipping yourself around and thinking. So you got 2 thinking cards here, and also the strength card represents thinking as well. Okay, because you have to really get focused. There's a lion right there, and the lion represents the king of the jungle type of energy. It represents your heart, It represents having to guard something so that something does not flow out of it, okay? It's something that's dominating here that you're having to focus on, focus on, focus on. You have to focus with integrity to be able to pass the test as well. And this is also focusing. This is air energy itself, getting really grounded and going very methodical in whatever's happening here in the next 72 hours. Could be traveling soon. And you really need to get focused within your travels here in this immediate future. What's the hopes? Is to get grounded, maybe to move. We have 2 4s in a reading here that represents moving. This is, your hopes is hopefully not to hold back. Hopefully not to be stingy in something. Hopefully, to not be greedy. To be focused and be financially secure and stable and have a divine order about things. This is organizing things, laying a foundation down, right? Being reliable and having security and being mature within that order. This is security. That's a hope here. What is the outcome? Oh gosh, we've got the Tower. But this is beautiful because something is happening just like that. Now, when you get the Tower in a reading, this could just be an epiphany, okay? It could just be something that, okay, I've been sitting here strategizing something. I've been searching for some truth here. My hope is to get grounded, to be serviceable, to send some kind of message, to be strong. I'm focusing, 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 focusing. Boom, I had an epiphany about something. Or somebody's just in their mind and can't release, and they're in their pride and not going to pass a test because they're just too heartbroken and they're stingy and they don't want to open up and they don't want to be serviceable, and then pride kicks in and this comes down every time because it's the heavens that do it. This is Aquarian energy. This is a knowing something. This is Uranus restarting. So this is also a surprise. Some of you I'm going to be able to pass this test, and a beautiful surprise is coming your way. In a sudden, just like that, sudden change. Okay. If this is love, then this is beautiful love making with your partner. Okay. This is this very sexual card as well. Normally in the deck, this also just being illuminated with something, which is beautiful because we do have a lot of thinking going on, and that is your energy itself is to think and to know something. The 16th card also makes a 7, and we were just talking about how 7 is a seeker of truth, discerning something. It's being at a crossroad. We have that 7 here as well, and the 16 makes that 7. We just came out of the 7th house where the sun was at in Libra, and being able to balance out scales and stuff. And if people do not get balance here, this is about balancing as well. Then the Tower comes down because you're in pride at something. Obviously there has been some heartbreak in the past here, and a lack of organization for some of you, not all of you. Some of you were organized. Somebody come along, broke the heart, and you had to get really still and look at things from different points of views and really work on that. Whether it be on your job or whatever, or working on your own heart and getting it grounded. The central issue is going slow and being methodical and being at this crossroad and being able to get stable and pass the test with integrity and have the epiphany about knowing something where truth is concerned. This is truth setting you free and facing truth and getting stable here. Okay. And being in a place of peace. I've been noticing the antlers on these pictures. And antlers, we find them on a deer, okay? And a deer represents, the spiritual meaning of a deer is to be strong and brave. It represents being gentle but not completely defenseless, okay? It represents innocence is what it really represents. And if we're talking the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the night that we want to see in a reading, if you want any of the nights, it's this nice night because it's serviceable. It's hardworking. It is prudent energy, okay? And a deer represents something that's fast moving at the same time. It's very prudent, but this is not fast moving. There's something arriving though here. But at the same time, there's antlers here showing that even though you may have a fast thought or an epiphany at something, you still have to go slow and be methodical and be serviceable within it. and be grounded and organized within it. Okay. The antlers represent being strong. That's what horns represent, strength, right? It's gentle but not completely defenseless energy with that deer-like antlers showing there. So that's amazing that that's coming out there, and being able to get grounded within your messages and your thoughts and looking at things from different. You got a lot of thoughts going on here. And at the same time, we got an epiphany going off for many of you, and truth setting you free. And if you make a wrong choice and don't stand in integrity, then the tower comes down with pride. You don't want that. Let this be an epiphany of truth that allows you to build on a solid foundation here. This 4 is about a foundation, and this is in your position of foundation is a 4, and in your hopes we see a 4. It's about structure, okay? Not being stingy with things, but being able to open up, but being structured within it and having security within that. Pentacles represent, having structure and being grounded. It's the word I want to use here. Either you ground it out and make the right decisions with strength and guard that heart, or the universe comes in and will ground you out straight to the foundation itself all over again, where you have to rebuild. Sometimes it takes that, but whatever this is being flipped around within love situations and seeing something from a different point of view, it's the heavens showing up and allowing you to be flipped around to have that epiphany. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of this is high arcana coming in for you, air signs, to help you along the way. You or all parties, or if it's not you, it's another person or whatever. This is your reading. But obviously there's been other people involved in the situation if you got your heart broke, because that comes at the 3 of Swords, right? Knowing something here, knowing that you've got to stand in integrity in a situation here. At the bottom of the deck, now this just came out in, I believe it was the fire reading, and it was in their love position here. And I love this card because it literally is showing a person that has to trust within the decision, because this is a decision making card. It's a 2, all right? And a 2 is at a crossroad, and we've got crossroads here, and thinking and messages and all kinds of stuff, and thinking here and getting focused here. And this person is on the back of this giraffe and literally having to trust that the divine has a light enough for you to see what the divine only wants you to see, because that's what trusting is about. The divine sees further than you and I. And you must accept that. The giraffe represents self-acceptance. And if somebody has been knocked down in a situation, either you did it or they did it or whatever this is, and somebody's having to have strength and turn around and look at something from a different point of view because somebody got their heart broken and didn't pass a test at one time, and now you have an opportunity to pass a test, and now you're at a place where you're just like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. I'm planning something here for partnerships where I'm at a fork in the road, and the divine says, okay, you're at a fork in the road, but you must do it my way, and you must sit on the back of this giraffe, and you must understand that I'm only going to give you this light here, and you got to trust me that I see further than what you do, and accept that. Because this is about self-acceptance. Even within your heart being broken, you can get up again and you can just trust again. Okay? This is about self-love as well. The giraffe sees afar off, right? It's got a high awareness of something. And the hangman will flip you around to have a higher perspective, even though you're hung upside down. It's a high arcana coming out in itself here. So there's obviously decisions being made here, and a lot of thinking going on, and a big, huge test where you happen to really come from a place of strength in what you're working on, or on your job, or in your love, or obviously all the above. This is the next 72 hours or something you've already been in and continuing in. You're being tested here. But this is about success, air signs. It's about success. All right? It's about getting victory and having that epiphany and doing it successfully. All right, guys. So this is your next 72 hours that's coming out for you. It's exciting energy. It's a lot of thinking, but it's successful energy if you allow the divine to come in and just take a look at that lantern that the divine has in the mouth, if we're looking at it that way, as a giraffe holding that. I love this picture. I just absolutely love this picture. And just focus on trusting that the divine has everything under control. Whatever that has to look like, the divine has it under control, and you can pass this test, and you can do it successfully and have that epiphany, and grow from that place, and then teach from that place, from whatever that heartbreak was, whether they caused it or you caused it or both parties caused it. Obviously both parties were involved in a situation. It's time to heal the heart, and the high arcana from the heavens are showing up for you to do so. So anyway, I hope this blessed you. If you would like a personal reading, please hire me. I am available at apextarot_a pure spirit at yahoo.com. Shalom, y'all.